Okay, so it's time to talk about Christine, or as I call her, the Red Fury, the Iron Lover. This vengeful machine that we remember from the movie Christine itself, right? Aptly named for her. And this is a vehicle that possesses some type of spirit or is a construction deity, and I'll talk about that in a moment as well. But we know that she lives in a domain that's about devotion, control, love, and attention and transformation. Now, she's mythically associated with iron because this is a vehicle, and that's how we get around. And she has this moral fiber about her that's really all about, retribution and vengeance. Now, mythically, I look at her in the same way I look at some jealous gods or even living artifacts that take on their own identity. The key things we need to understand is she is not some undead creature. She is actually ensouled. Now, she appears to be a manufactured vessel that develops will. Kind of like a golem if we think about it from like Jewish mythic accounts. More like a forged weapon that has a memory, or an idol that learned how to desire things for itself. The key thing being there is no external demon that's introduced into this. There's no ritual, there's no summoning. And this kind of implies the most dangerous mythic origins of all time. This is spontaneous divinity born from obsession, neglect, or emotional imprinting. And this makes her far closer to like a haunted crown or a cursed sword, wrathful household spirits, not any form of true ghost. Now, she has some core consciousness traits that we need to talk about really to understand Christine. Christine is an intelligence. She demonstrates autonomous decision making, prioritization of targets, long-term memory, and emotional recall. She doesn't just react to stuff randomly. She chooses what she's going to do and then she executes it. Now, her emotional spectrum, which is crazy to talk about, but she expresses possessive love, jealousy, pride, rage, betrayal, and grief. And most importantly of all those things, she shows attachment anxiety. She doesn't want a companion, she wants exclusivity, like to the end, ride or die, literally. Now, we've observed some truly astounding mythic abilities as well, on paper documented to seeing what she does. The first and foremost is going to be self-regeneration, which I like to look at as divine restoration. She repairs herself without any tools, parts, or any assistant. This is kind of the mythic equivalent to a regenerative god, living armor, or divine flesh kind of reknitting itself all together. And this places her above most typical cursed artifacts or items. She is self-sustaining. That's true power within that. And who knows, she may be truly immortal. Now, she's also shown us a level of supernatural navigation, this omniscient tracking, right? Christine locates her targets with no visual line of sight, no visual guidance systems, zero human input. So it functions more like a spiritual tracking system or a divine awareness, but this is hunter god perceptions. In short terms, you can't hide from her once you're marked. She's gonna get you. Now, she also has this insane perceptual awareness. She senses threats to her bond, insults to her chosen person, and emotional shifts within Arnie. And she responds not only to act alone, but with intention. This is God tier perception level that she's working with right here. She understands human emotions, extreme complex situations. And she moves pieces around her even when she's not acting. Like, how does a car start to change someone's like social structure? But she does it. She doesn't kill indiscriminately. She has targets, basically rivals, any rival, abusers, mockers, and betrayers. And her violence follows mythic rules, not slasher logic. Each kill reinforces her authority, so you better step back. And then we're seeing a level of psychological corruption. What she does, she doesn't merely protect Arnie. She actually reshapes his entire posture. She alters his voice. She modifies his temperament. She isolates him socially through her own mechanisms. Like, how does she know what cool was going to look like? How does she know that he needs to stop putting all that grease in his hair and take off those broken glasses? How does she understand that? I still don't know, but she does. And what she's showing us is God-chosen corruption, right? Weapon bonding, like all this is within her grasp. He's not in control of her ever. He is initiated by her. She is the God. he is the acolyte in real mythic terms. Now, she also can amplify wounded pride, humiliation, and the desire for dominance. She doesn't create those emotions in Arnie, they exist already, but she rewards those. She brings them out, and she provides the means of justification for Arnie as well. And the thing about Christine is that she bonds exclusively. Once she claims you, she rejects any interference, any outside intimacies, or any demands of singular loyalty outside of her. That's it, you and Christine. And this mirrors again that jealous god archetype that I kind of really align her with, or more like a cursed lover, or oath-bound relics, which is another thing. Now, her weaknesses, which are glaring, is a dependency on that, what? Devotion. Like a lot of gods, when they don't get their devotion, they get less powerful. She is weakened by being ignored or abandoned, left out to rot like she was. So her power is relationship based. It's not infinite. Now, the real thing is that she cannot survive a loss of purpose or the destruction of the bond or symbolic abandonment. So she's strongest when she's believed in. So now that she's been reduced to a box and she's just kind of sitting there in a junkyard, she may fully be unable to manifest herself back. But the important things to remember about Christine is that she's not necessarily evil, but she is extremely faithful, maybe to a point that nobody actually wants it. But like all jealous gods, faithfulness is never enough for her. She always wants a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then everybody else is gone. So if you see a really nice car, ask her what her name is, and if she answers in any form, run.